Hey guys, this is Intuitive Anthony.
And I'm Lamont.
Come on, Lamont.
I'm Lamont. Okay, I'm Lamont. How you doing, guys? You're not even in the picture. Come on.
I am in the picture.
Now.
This video is going to be a mixed mess of editing again because we still haven't gotten our rhythm yet. But we'll get it there. Okay, babe, we're going to talk about a few things in this video, and this is going to be a long video, okay? I'm tired of doing little 3-minute videos, just making my watch time take forever to get where it needs to be. First topic. So guys, this is going to be really off the cuff, but due to the editing and everything that I'll do, once my laptop figures out what it wants to do with this update, we will, the first topic, let's just go into the first topic. I want your reactions on Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, and the attack on black men in this country being the face of sexual assault, even though we have Harvey Weinstein, that pervert man, what's his fucking
Woody
name?
Allen?
No, yeah, Woody Allen, who made his adopted daughter gross,
Ew.
Kevin Spacey, and what's that man that's doing the Leaving Neverland thing, the pedophile dude?
Wade something.
Not him, the director dude.
I don't know.
What's his name? He was the Open Secret guy.
Oprah Winfrey?
No.
I know.
I don't think you know his name. Because I don't think you watched it. I watched that one day when you was at work. I was in a wormhole on YouTube just watching related videos. And I came across an Open Secret. It's on YouTube, guys. It's the most disgusting thing. And the kid from Boy Meet World, Ben Savage, got his ass slapped by this dude before they investigated him for child abuse and pedophilia when he ran to another country and all that shit. I can't think of what his name is, but I'll put it in the bottom. So what do you feel about Gayle King and they using all these black women to attack all of these other white people out there? They always make the sexual assault or anything of a violent nature a black thing. I mean, R. Kelly didn't help the situation with how he allowed them to rile him up. First of all, I wouldn't have did the interviews with the bitches. You know they serpents with silver tongues. Okay. I ain't got time for that. And just like Paul Mooney said, Oprah's always been a double agent.
Well, number one, black on black crime, more or less.
Basically.
Because if you think about it, like they have a black woman. Why would they not get a black woman? They got a black woman to interview R. Kelly and do this interview with Wade Robinson and whoever else that other wannabe character liar is.
Safe shop.
Okay, that liar too. But they both liars. So either way, at the end of the day, and then. What makes me mad is that they pull all Michael Jackson's music off the radio. Come on now, that was what in the world? Why would you do that for? It's not like anything that Harvey Weinstein is in. They said there anything that Harvey Weinstein's in, you still got that on TV.
And you see so many pictures of this fat possum bitch with him.
But has there been an interview with him yet? No.
But that lets you know that Oprah don't care anything about her own people.
But I mean,
she has been selling us out since that talk show in Chicago went from black audiences to mostly white women.
But at the day, when
you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. But she made sure the audience was loaded with white women.
But then it's more or less a black on black crime when you have a black woman doing an interview with a black man or an interview about a dead black man or what have you. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many alive people right now that they could be fucking with. Michael Jackson has been through the ringer, did all of this shit, and they still mad with him about that Beatles catalog, about the Beatles and everybody else's catalog.
And I be like, once they told him not guilty, they should let it go. But okay, he was found not guilty, bam, not guilty. And all these people decide to come out after he's dead because he can't defend himself. And I feel like that's what it is. These people are coming out after Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson's not able to defend himself now.
And the fucked up thing is, what did your mama always tell you? Never speak ill of the dead because they're not here to defend themselves. Oprah grew up in a black household, so she know them damn rules. But obviously she has forsaken all of her black culture to fit into this role that they have given her, not realizing that once her core base, black people, are gone, they're going to be done with her too.
Well, apparently her and Harvey Weinstein's in the bed together somewhere. So think about that.
These higher ups, they want to attack, they want to put a face on this sexual abuse and this Me Too movement. And that shit, and that's another thing we got to talk about in a little bit, Terry Crews.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know nothing about that story, but
yeah, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
I want it to laugh a lot, or I don't know, like big inbox.
But it would look like the racism that it really is if they have a white anchor or a white person attacking these black people when you got all these white people who are doing the same thing.
It's
so
black men, not black people, it's black men.
Black men. Yeah.
Because it's black men.
It's black men.
Black men. Like strong, independent black men that trying to do something. Well, you know.
Well, black men have always been this.
Michael Jackson was, you know, R. Kelly, he had a lot of good songs and stuff like that.
But what it is that black men have always been the poster boy for whatever the
messed up thing.
The heterosexual white man wants to project onto society. Because let's be honest, there's no white woman running this country that's pulling all the strings. It's a white man at the top, feeding it down. And so since they say that most of the black, when anything you hear on Fox News, well, black people kill more black people than cops, that don't make it right for cops to do it. But we all know how Fox get down, and Fox is a big F you to them. I don't give a fuck about them. I mean, they catering to idiots and shit. So enjoy your time because the country you used to know is gone. Make America great again, my ass. We gonna see about that. Anyway, they want.
That's what MAGA is. MAGA. I learned that. I was like, I kept on saying, what the heck is a MAGA? I don't know what a MAGA is. What is that? What is a MAGA? And he's like, make America great again. I was like, okay, that was the damn blind moment on my part. Okay.
But since they can't openly attack a black man because then it's gonna look like the racism it is, they put a black face on it. And these Disney bitches are so in love with the money and the notoriety that Oprah don't realize that with this final blow right here, people was already getting sick of her with the Lee Daniels, and Monique shined a lot of light on how they get down in Hollywood. But have you noticed that Tyler Perry has steered clear away from them bitches now? Because Tyler wants to take over where they were at. Because Oprah, as we know it, is done. Her black fan base is completely eroded. All black people see this is another chance for them to demonize black men and to do the white man's bidding. So she has always been a double agent. But her conduct was really suspect, but we didn't have a definitive moment that we could say, okay, this is when Oprah sold out. We always knew it was an issue because of the way her audience and her whole demeanor changed over time with the more success she's had. But now it's to the point where you're attacking a dead man who can't defend himself with these lies that these boys is telling, when these are the same boys that was in the trial that they refused to cover because Michael was acquitted of all of this stuff.
With their hands on the Bible and everything else.
So they already know who these guys are, but they make sure they show you the story that they want you to see, and not who these cats really are.
And then they're broke, so of course they're trying to make more money. So the only way they can make more money is of course by blaspheming Michael Jackson's name and slandering his name in the grave. Like he's already in the grave, so now they're trying to slander his name now that he can't really defend himself. So these people are making more money off of the dead man because they can't let the dead man rest. Because they had to sit there and bring something up. Because, dang, can't Michael Jackson rest just a little bit?
The shit is crazy because we all know why Hollywood was pissed with Michael.
Right.
That catalog, that Sony ATV catalog that Michael left owning half of. So a corporation got half of the rights to these songs and one individual had the other half. So they kept taking him to court and kept taking him to court trying to drain his account so he would have to sell a catalog. Well, unfortunately, Michael died, but in a good way, he died owning the catalog. So what did they do? Immediately, they ran to go try to buy the catalog or to rent it for so many years initially. Then they turned around and offered him $750 million to buy out his portion of the of that catalog. Now, mind you, that will was a fake will. We all know that's a fake will because he was in New York talking about Tommy Mottola being evil and being a devil when supposedly this will was signed in California, which is not, but nobody wants to look into that because they all have a agenda that they're trying to go on. So now they bought his portion of the catalog for $750 million. So now what they're doing is they don't want black artists to have shit. So what they did was with this fake will, they turned around and sold the catalog that Michael died trying to keep. But these fake attorneys or old attorneys that had his catalog knew full and well that they were going to get that catalog back. Whether they had to kill him, whether they had to produce a fake will, turn around and be the executive of his estate, and then turn around and sell the catalog he died trying to keep. Now, Oprah them, instead of being smart and being conscious of what's going on, they so used to being a puppet and having a man's hand up their ass that they don't see that this is another grab to kind of ruin Michael's legacy and to make sure that no black artists get anything, because Michael gave Little Richard and all of them their rights back. Yeah. Sly and the Family Stones, they were sleeping in the van. Yeah. Michael bought the catalog and gave them back their fucking music because he was tired of in music, black people dying being penniless. What was it? Was it James Brown's wife or it was somebody's wife I was watching? She was a waitress. She was a fucking waitress, and they had stolen all her husband's music, so she had to wait tables. While she was married to one of the most famous people on TV. Anyway, it wasn't Rick James. It could have been James Brown or somebody else. I can't remember. Sam Cooke or somebody. Now my phone's talking to me. So apparently I'm hitting the nerve. The devil's pissed, y'all. Anyway, but Oprah has completely lost the credibility of the black community. So basically, the white man's like, okay, we can't use her anymore, or Gayle King, because, you know, them two bitches are in cahoots together. They've always been in cahoots together. Oprah with that big pie monster face of hers. Want to be lose weight all the time. Yeah, eating bread by the truckload. Anyway, so now to the point right now where she doesn't have her original fan base. So what they're using her for to influence black people, she can no longer do. She can no longer do. So this was her death nail. This was her death nail. So with the Jussie Smollett and the Empire fiasco and Monique going after her, and then this documentary coming out, all black Americans got a pretty good idea that this bitch will do whatever they want her to do, and she really has no love for us. And that's okay. That's okay. Because Oprah stopped being a favorite of ours a long time ago. But she still had a little credibility with the idiots that watch TV, that like the View and the Talk and all of that stuff. They love this. A bunch of chickens yapping. And that keeps them from focusing on the real stuff that's going on in the country. And Oprah's a part of that generation where we sing and hold hands and let everybody get along. Well, how well did that shit work for you? Financially, the community is still in the same place they was back in the civil rights time. So what good did that do? So now that she's lost the complete bottom of her black fan base, white people going to go to somebody else who can get black people to stay in line with what their agenda is. And Oprah can't do that no more. And nobody really trusted Gayle anyway because Gayle was her little butt buddy from the start, so she really had no credibility. We didn't pick her, they chose her. So she's going to be out the door with them. So that's all I really want to say about that, because in the coming years, Oprah is going to be under fire for so many suspect things, and it's not going to really be the situations like Michael and the baby dangling incidents. That's all nonsense. What they do is they're trying to get rid of a person. They start pecking at them, and pecking at them, and pecking at them. Taking stupid stuff that wouldn't be news and just carrying on about it. Harvey Weinstein was in the news cycle for a week. Kevin Spacey, a week. R. Kelly been in there a month and a half. Michael Jackson been dead, and this shit's been going on since January. So we know how this is going to play out.
Been going on for a long time.
But the documentary was in January.
Documentary, yeah, but they've been talking about it for longer than that.
No, what they needed was they needed another black face for sexual assault. So the fact that he was dead did not freaking matter. Actually, it was gravy in their bowl because you can't defame the dead.
But you gotta think they've been probably advertising about it longer than a month.
It was in Sundance in January. But they've been advertising since January nonstop.
Right, but they probably advertised before January, you see what I'm saying?
Right. So and see, it wasn't getting no notice, and nobody watched that shit, you know that. What is it, Atlanta Housewives or some stupid show where you got spoiled bitches being stupid and evil just for money? They got more views than this. So ain't nobody trying to hear this shit. It was a huge flop, and that's what she get. So now they realizing, them big heads gonna realize that Oprah don't have the draw power she did, and she never will again. Because black people don't trust her. They don't trust her.
Anyway, it's on HBO, so we really watch it.
Ain't nobody watching HBO no more. Netflix is the new HBO.
Who pays for HBO when you got Hulu and Netflix?
Come on, get for real.
Get off it.
Come off it.
Get off it. Get off it. Come on, HBO.
HBO.
Hanging black people only.
Has been operation.
Oh my God, that's what they try to do. It seems like every time they got somebody black on HBO, they try to hang them at the end.
Yeah, So this is just a modern day lynching of a dead man. So you didn't get enough out of him because he died owning the catalog. So what you do is you get these fucking evil lawyers to sell the catalog that he died for an absurd amount of money, and now all of a sudden they still trying to hit the estate to take the money that he made off the catalog so that his kids won't have anything. But since the kids are white, they might leave it alone well enough to let the kids have that money because the black money still turned around and went in the white hands. If you get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why they were so in love with them kids and wanted to take them so bad.
But not my hands. I know what you're talking about, but not my hands.
Yeah, it ain't going into none of our hands.
Yeah, he's talking about other white people's hands. It's not my hands.
Yeah, but that's really what it comes down to. And it's all a circle game of keep away from the black man. And they're using black faces to do it, which is ingenious, but it lets you know how deceptive and how wicked the mindset of these people are. And I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's the cesspool that is Hollywood. It's a feeding frenzy. If you're willing to forsake your own morals and your own soul to get a little bit of success, then you're willing to do anything to keep that. You're willing to do anything. So if you got to turn yourself on the black community, or if you got to be a bitch like Wendy Williams, who you know deep down in her heart, if she wasn't making no money and she had a last-ditch effort to throw her mama on the train tracks to make some more money and stay relevant, she would. A lot of those people had that lust and desire for money, something that they can't even take with them that is going to benefit them no way in the hereafter. But that's another conversation. Topic number 2.
Is this the one by Terry Crews?
Yes.
Topic number 2, Terry Crews. I'm about to be amused.
Okay. What was Terry Crews in? White Chicks.
Oh,
everybody know about White Chicks, right?
Oh my God. You thought
Terry Crews was the big black dude that kept pursuing Marlon throughout the whole movie. He was pursuing Marlon. He bought Marlon and dressed up as a girl at the auction. That whole thing.
And then they talking about, don't you know this is an all-white party?
Yeah, he was more upset that Marlon was black and not the fact that he was a guy. He was like, nigga, please. This.
He didn't say like that, but okay.
In the movie, he did say that.
No, he said, I thought he said that.
Cause yeah, he said, I have secrets. He said, we all got secrets. And when he ripped off his face, he's like, don't you know this is an all-white party? He said, I just wanted you to know. Nigga, please. That's exactly what he said. No, he said, nigga, please. If I'm telling the truth, y'all, hit the comment section on that.
I think he said differently, but I'm not sure.
No, you probably saw the TV version.
Probably.
But, so you know how big Terry Crews is. I mean,
one day.
I'm not watching that shit. Well, I guess we can watch it.
I love White Chicks. White Chicks is so funny.
I mean, they beat a dead horse. It's kind of like a whole, like, isn't it romantic? That new movie with Thor's brother in, where it look like Thor, but he don't quite look right.
That isn't romantic.
It's an hour and a half long fat joke movie. I ain't got time. I mean, come on.
Okay.
But they playing they're catering to the lowest intellect.
Right.
Anyway.
Terry Crews about White Chicks and everything else now.
Why are you rushing me?
I don't know. I just want to know what you're talking about with this Terry Crews thing.
Terry Crews was a big black guy on White Chicks. Well, when the Me Too movement started, i.e. sexual assaults, all of this stuff, when they were naming people, Harvey Weinstein that magically disappeared, Kevin Spacey magically disappeared, Woody Allen still alive but ain't nobody talking about. So you pick R. Kelly, a dead man, and then Terry Crews got into it on
Bill Cosby was the other one.
Bill Cosby was the other one. So Terry Crews jumps into the Me Too movement because now it's always been good. It used to be good publicity to donate to a charity. That shows, I actually do care, when in God's honest truth, it's a tax write-off and you couldn't give two shits about these people. Part number 2. Terry Crews got into the Me Too movement. Now, you know this guy's arm is bigger than both of our heads together.
But like a shit broke out, more or less.
He was sexually assaulted by somebody in the WWE, a white man with a bald head.
Wow.
So you mean to tell me your big ass got sexually assaulted by a dude? And if you wasn't into it, man, you could have threw him across the room by his head. So now you piggybacking off of other sexual abuse situations just to further your own career. Which is what they used to do when they gave to charities and stuff. They would give to these charities, but none of the money would actually go to the people. it would give them a tax write-off because either they was going to pay it to the IRS or give it to a charity. But the money never somehow reaches the place that they're giving it to. It never reaches the place. So this is another way to say, oh, I'm a victim too. You ain't a fucking victim. I'm sorry. Eat my ass. There's people out here getting victimized every day. The rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. But when the rich need a PR campaign that will make them more relatable to the common man, they pull either a charity out of their ass or they try to make themselves the victim. You have done a lot of stuff to be in Hollywood. Everybody's got horror stories about Hollywood, but they're really cautious about how they let it out. And when they do let it out, they let it out in bits and pieces with an objective in mind. This is one of those things. So don't give me, he needs to come up off of this shit. You was victimized by a white man who ain't even as big as you, and you was sexually assaulted. Oh man, please. You lay down you lay with dogs, you get fleas. That's what this comes down to. So I'm sorry, anybody out there worshiping these people and thinking that God put them there for a reason, God ain't the one who put them there. Because if you look at the moral character of either white or black celebrities, by the end of their career, you really get to see what kind of disgusting human beings they really are. And that's why they all flock to Hollywood, because anything goes. Anything goes. And then when your contract is up and your time is up, and R. Kelly even said it. I gave y'all 30 years of my life and y'all are trying to kill me. Oh yeah, they gonna kill you. They gonna kill you. Because that song he came out with where his mother was in the background saying, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? And what was that song? I forget what the song was. And then right after that, I Believe I Can Fly came on. And then he sold all the rights to it. So that's why he's having a hard time getting out on bail and shit. He ain't got no money. So all that money he had for them 30 years and living it up and partying and all of this nasty shit and pissing and making girls eat shit and all of this other shit and doing all of this other stuff and some cover of an album where he eating some girl out. And all of this.
R. Kelly. Ooh, R. Kelly. That's what the term is for when the men be eating the hoo-ha and the booty and everything else on the stool, y'all getting R. Kelly. That's what's called R. Kelly.
So this is it's absolutely to the point where he's like, y'all trying to kill me. Oh yeah, you gonna get killed. Because that contract for whatever time period you had it for, you're gonna have excess and success for a certain amount of time, and then you gotta pay the piper. You gotta pay the piper. And first it's gonna be like little dumb shit. Like it was Michael in 1993. So Michael was like, okay, let me make this go away. So he made it go away, but all he did was prolong the inevitable. Then when it comes back and he's defending himself, all of a sudden they knew they wasn't gonna win the case, so none of the news media reported it, and it just freaking went away. So because he died with that catalog on that money, all of a sudden this magical wheel shows up, and eventually they turn around and sell his portion of the catalog, which is exactly what he did not want to do. Now all of a sudden his estate's got all this damn money, so all of a sudden now some more sexual abuse claims come out. So they want to make him as broke as the other artists in the industry that they robbing. R. Kelly's the same way. So the biggest hit you got, how the fuck did they talk him into selling that? He had already had many successful albums in a group before that time. So if you live at Hound or Hog, why would you sell the rights to that when you didn't need the money? Because once they can get that song from you, it's only a matter of time. After that point, they can really take you out anytime they want to. They can really take you out. So now he can't even afford to get out of jail. And he's like, y'all trying to kill me. Oh yeah, they're going to kill you. But that's what happens. You lay down with scorpions, you're going to get stung. What was the little fairy tale about the frog? The scorpion asking the frog to give him a ride on his back across the swamp. And the frog said, I'm not taking you because you're going to sting me. He was like, please give me a ride across your back across the swamp. I just want to get to the other side. He said, as long as you promise not to sting me. He said, okay, they got halfway through the swamp and the scorpion stung him. And he said, hey, why did you sting me? Because it's in my nature. That's what their nature is over there.
And I'm a Scorpio, though. I'm a Scorpio. He's a lion. He's a Leo and a lion. I'm a Scorpio, but I don't think anything that much.
A leopard don't change his spots. A leopard never changes their spots.
What don't change their spots? A leopard.
What else? There was something else that we wanted to discuss. Okay, so it was bad enough. What was more disgusting is that they put that old man Bill Cosby in jail.
They're trying to ruin R. Kelly, and they're trying to.
They pulled up a dead man. They pulled up a dead man to try to assassinate him. But see, the thing of it is that those white people in Hollywood are very still pissed at Michael Jackson. They're very, very mad with him. They're very, very mad with him because of all of this endless shit that they went through to try to destroy them, to try to destroy Michael. They still couldn't do it before he died. And now the same thing that is allowing them to make this mockumentary is the same thing that allows them not to be able to hit his assets that day when they sold that catalog. That's why this frivolous lawsuit came up right after the ATV catalog. Michael's part was completely sold back to Sony for an absurd amount of money. So Michael died for this, but then his lawyers thought it was in his best interest to get rid of something he died for. But see, that's what happens. You got too many greedy Jews and too many white people that he trusted too much, and these ruthless people who don't give a damn about your interests. They're going to line their pockets because them lawyers get a percentage of any deals that they broker on his behalf.
Didn't the kids get any of the money?
They're supposed to get 40% of the estate when they reach a certain age.
Oh, okay.
Catherine gets 40 and 20% goes to charity. Specific charities that he targeted. Which is not going to save your soul in the end. Right. But at least he did try to impart a better situation on the black people.
So the children got split. I'm sorry, so
the children's got to split 40% together.
Oh, wow, that shows.
From 700, from what, $1 billion?
Okay. Now you show that. Oh, sorry. Blonde moment.
I'll take 40% of $1 billion any day. You take 40% of $10. I'll take 40%.
So 3 kids, so it'd be like.
I don't know how much money grows now. Michael still has his own music. That estate is going to keep that. Right. Only music he got rid of was Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and everybody else on Sony. Right. So basically, what they did was they're trying to make it seem like Michael died for nothing.
87.
Yeah, Lamont. Well, I don't want to worry about them, man. I'm worried about mine. Guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe too, because this is we're trying to develop this channel and get it up and out there. And I haven't figured out the YouTube algorithm. I've been studying on this for a couple of years. My channel, I have had other channels in the past, but this one, every time I get to the point where I'm just about to give up on YouTube, like, you know what? I'm putting up the same videos these people are. I'm putting up videos the day Jussie Smollett got arrested. I had that video up in a couple of hours. That video had 3 views. Everybody else's videos, 100,000, some shit like that. And then every time you think you know, when you download these extension programs that's supposed to help you find the good tags, you download books, PDFs on understanding the algorithm, it reads like stereo. You can't understand a damn thing, and all the videos on YouTube are all these people who are getting paid by these corporations with this excellent lighting and all of this other stuff, but they're not giving you any information. They're giving you what they want you to have, but it's obviously not the keys to the city. And then me getting offered by the Illuminati to join their clique at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is the witching hour, right around the time when I was about to give up on YouTube. Now I just do it as a hobby. I don't really try to be successful with it because I've come to a realization with everything that we've gone through with the previous videos and the accident and, you know, us having our rights and our, you know, all the good we're doing being taken away. I'm just going to do it as recreation. I'm not going to invest anything into it. I'm not going to, you know, get my hopes up to get them dashed down. Because unless you are willing to play the game, you ain't going to get nowhere. That's why all of these same corporations that we don't want to watch on TV anymore are infiltrating YouTube. So now, when you do a story, the real people of YouTube that made YouTube successful ain't getting no airplay. It's all these corporations. Hi, I'm Bob, blah, 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 blah. If I wanted to see that shit, I'd go on TV. But that's the way it is. So I'm just going to do YouTube as a hobby. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do it for fun. I'm not going to get myself worked up about YouTube. I'm not going to work myself up about it. What was another topic that we wanted to discuss? There was a lot of stuff going on. I mean, Jussie Smollett just went in court. He just went into court and pleaded not guilty. Right. But see, this is the thing. And then I heard from a coworker that 50 Cent said if Jussie will go to rehab. I don't know how true this is, guys, but I'm just telling you what I heard, so y'all might want to look this up. if he goes to rehab to get help for his addiction to lying and all this other drugs or whatever the hell he was doing, then he'll give him a job on Power, 50 Cent show Power. I've never seen the show. It's not something I would be interested in. I'm tired of seeing shows and shit about drug dealers in black communities. Those Dolomite same kind of stories. I ain't got time for that.
So I wonder if they're gonna if he's gonna make him a gay character on there like he is on Empire or what? Cause you know, Jesse Smollett is he's an openly gay person. Mm-hmm. So what are they?
I think they'll put him on the show to give it a national recognition
for
because
gay people or what?
No, for 50 Cent's show.
Oh, okay.
They'll give him a $100,000 contract to show up on the show because as soon as he gets out of rehab and goes on that set, everybody's gonna tune in to see how he's changed or to be a part of the comeback or to see if he deserves a comeback. So it's just a mad grab for attention, just like this Oprah shit is. It's a grab for attention.
But then at the end of the day, it's like they are cut like this. Smollett will be cut out of the last two episodes. The last two episodes of Empire will not have him in it. So apparently they must be killing him off before the last two episodes.
Yeah.
So at the season, between the last three episodes, Smollett's gonna be killed or something like that off. He's probably gonna be killed off or replaced.
See, that's another thing
so
that gets me.
Gonna be replaced or they gonna kill him off. I'm thinking if he's gonna kill him off or they're gonna replace him.
Well, Empire doesn't have long for this world anyway. Because Taraji done went to movies, even though the movies that I saw her in weren't that good. They were rehashes of old stuff.
I didn't know that Memo. I think that was a good one.
And it was even better when Mel Gibson did it with What Women Want.
I know, but
it's the same storyline. All they did was put a black face on it.
And I like the other one she played in. What was it? Something about House Party or something, some party thing. Where the one girl slid across. She went across a little string thing and she ended up peeing on everybody.
That was where her and that minstrel show. What's her name? What's the minstrel show girl?
I can't remember.
With the mole on her face.
Right. But she ended up like
Haddish, Tiffany Haddish.
She ended up sliding across the string. This was a thing of lights or something like that.
Yeah,
and she got caught in the middle of
Girls Trip.
Girls Trip. That's what it was. I thought that was a good movie.
See, me and Lamont are very different on what we see as entertainment. Like Lamont will watch those TMZs and stuff like that at night. I can't even stomach it.
I like seeing things about the actors and.
He feeds into the stuff of the world. I
like learning about other things, what's going on.
But there's no information you can really use. It's just frivolous information that'll go away in a couple of weeks. Right. I don't like documentaries and stuff.
I watch documentaries. See, my base level is all over the place. But his is just specifically oriented to one thing. Where my orientation, I like to learn about a lot of other things, not just put myself in one item and one thing. Like, I like to learn about other stuff, a lot of other stuff. Like, it might be TMZ, or it might be Access Hollywood, or it might be this, or it might be documentaries about Israelites, or it might be this, that, third. I like to learn about a lot of different things. I'm just not, I don't.
That's absolutely very fine because I was always told that if you take a fish and throw it on the land, it's just going to sit there, flop around and die. But if you put a fish in its element where he belongs or where he's strongest at, the genius will come out of him, and you will see the savvy and you will see them execute what they can do very, very well. It's like you don't belong everywhere; you belong somewhere. Everybody's not supposed to like you. Somebody's supposed to like you, and it's kind of those things where I don't know. I guess the older I get, and Lamont is different, and that's fine. You know, because I think it gives us a good balance in the relationship. But I think that with me, it's like I like learning about stuff that I figure that I can use later. Like some of the analogies and stuff that I come up with are just wise sayings that I picked up over the years. But it doesn't make what I'm doing any better than him or him any better than me. But he will probably have more success in this world because of that. Everything I do doesn't seem to work out like that.
Well, it's like to me, I feel like I like learning about everything. Like I don't seclude myself to learn about one thing or this, that, third. Like I like to learn about every little thing that I can. Like I like to learn about everything. Like
I like knowledge. I like real factual knowledge. I don't like fluff.
Stupid knowledge, even if it's about entertainment knowledge, or if it's about knowledge about the Bible, or knowledge about growing things, or knowledge about how to work on things, or something like that. Okay, I'm about to leave.
Where you going?
So there's a big old spider in front of my face. And
Where?
Right here on this plant. Hey guys, I'm about to leave. There's a big old spider in front of my face.
Could you show me where the spider is?
Right here.
This little thing right here that's dead.
It's not dead. Just now.
Yeah, because I don't want to make this video too long, and I think we're already at about an hour, right?
About 30 minutes. I want to say an hour 30 minutes.
Something like that.
But I'm just trying to think of, because you said, I know we're supposed to discuss the Terry Crews. They're supposed to be discussing things about Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
But you only told me about 2. You didn't say about 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think
I got short-term memory loss, so that's really bad too. So.
Yeah, we both struggling with that since the accident.
Yeah, ever since the accident, we really don't have really good short-term. Like we remember, like short-term.
It's like it takes a while for the engine to warm up, and that's another thing too. Since the beginning of the year, we've been having nothing but misfortune, but trying to stay happy and optimistic.
Positive.
And at this point in the game right now, I feel really, really weak with the whole thing.
And he looks at the glass half empty. I look at the glass half full.
Which kind of makes him get on my nerves.
And him get on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I guess it's a balance. But right now things haven't been really going so well. So
the car. Was we supposed to talk about the car accident?
No, we can't talk about that.
Okay.
Not until we see what's going on with it.
Okay.
I really want to let y'all know about that car accident, but I can't write just yet, because there's a lot of elements to that case. But we'll talk about that once we have the clear, because right now it's kind of confidential until things are handled. But you guys, this has been Intuitive Anthony. Don't forget to hit the comment section below.
And
Hit us up with some comments. This is
Lamont Christopher.
Remember to hit like and subscribe, guys, and we will talk to you later again. Okay.